Peace and love, collective. I hope you guys can see me okay. I don't know, for some reason I feel like I'm looking at a weird place in the camera. Okay. Blurry vision could be significant for someone. You might feel like you're experiencing a little brain fog right now. And that's interesting because purple is significant for this collective. So purple did come up, and Spirit said that you're having a crown chakra realignment. So they're healing your crown chakra right now. I'm hearing connection to God, connection to your higher self. So this is going to allow you to hear more clearly. Okay. This is going to allow you to have, I'm hearing, your own personal antenna. So they are clearing out the static. Okay. I'm speaking to a collective that's been hearing a lot of static lately. And this static is other people trying to project onto you, trying to project fear. Now, I want you to understand something when it comes to the Matrix. Now that movie is coming to mind, there are different energies who I'm hearing are hacked, because you see, energetically, your energy sets off a ripple effect. I'm hearing it creates a ripple in time. Okay, so energetically, it is felt. You might not understand this, but I'm hearing that even when you walk into a room, your energy is felt. That is how powerful you are. You might think that, oh, nobody sees me, nobody's paying attention. Your energy is felt before you're even seen. So Spirit wanted me to come on here and to give you guys a message, specifically the angels, and they have a lot of beautiful downloads. I'm hearing awakening. So the purpose of this message is to awaken my soul collective. Okay. So I've manifested that those who find this message, number one, find it in time and are able to comprehend the information that I'm going to be providing to you today. The gems that I'm going to be dropping is what Spirit is saying. So these are gems, because this is a soul journey, and this is helping your soul to awaken. That is my purpose for being here. That is my purpose for your soul calling me into your orbit. It's because you're ready for this information. I'm hearing that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. We're all connected. And this is all energetic. So the first message that Spirit wants me to bring, and I'm feeling that excitement and that joy that I felt earlier when I got this message, but Spirit said, you have arrived, collective. I'm speaking to a collective that has jumped timelines. You've jumped timelines. And I know that sometimes it's not very obvious at first, but I'm hearing that you've actually jumped timelines quite a while ago. But everything had to calibrate. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Spirit said everything had to recalibrate. So your 3D reality had to align with who you are now, energetically. Okay? You're not the same person that you used to be. So I want to share a few downloads. These synchronicities were just jumping out at me today while I was at work. 333 is definitely significant for this collective because I saw it a few times today. 555, 888, 222, 111, 369, 123, 321, 234. I'm hearing 21, 777, and 717 is also significant. I swear I feel like cross-eyed right now. But anyway, collective, Spirit said you have arrived. So what I'm seeing is a person who thinks that they're in this car and that they're driving, but you've already arrived at the destination. So Spirit is saying you can take your foot off the gas. You're here. You're here, collective. Spirit said that this is the season where the evidence is finally about to start showing up in your reality. Because I'm speaking to a collective that almost gave up. You were like, man, am I really just crazy believing all this stuff? Because I've been doing the work. I've been doing my shadow work. I've been doing my healing. I've been manifesting. I've been reprogramming my thoughts. And it seems like nothing's changing. I feel you. But Spirit said it's finally time. You are going through a series of tests. I'm hearing initiation. Because for the collective that I'm speaking to, I'm hearing chosen ones. Understand that just because people are successful doesn't mean they're ascending. Let me repeat this. Spirit wants me to emphasize this. Just because certain people attain success does not mean that they are ascending. Anyone can manifest. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Anyone can manifest. Manifestation is you simply believing, you decreeing certain things into your reality. Anybody can do that if they believe in themselves enough, if they're delusional enough. You don't have to be awakened to manifest. Some people manifest unconsciously. Did you know that? So just because somebody is living this lavish life doesn't mean that they're necessarily on their spiritual journey. It doesn't mean that they're ascending. But the collective that I'm speaking to, Spirit said that you are meant to change the world. Spirit said that the collective that I'm speaking to, you were meant to bring change. You are meant to make a difference in the world. And I'm not talking about just financially. Yes, your finances are about to go up. You, my love, are about to be in a different tax bracket. That is true. However, your platforms are going to bring forth change. You are going to impact the world. That is your true purpose for being here. I said this in another message. Your soul doesn't care about money. That is simply a reward. And I'm hearing the law of compensation. So there is a law of compensation. The energy that you put out there, it has to come back to you. So when you do good, good has to come back. That is your good karma. But outside of that, your soul has a purpose. It is on a mission. And I hear that I'm speaking to volunteers. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Dolores Cannon. If not, please go and watch some of her videos. Her books are amazing, but it's going to help you understand your purpose for being here. Your soul volunteered to come and help awaken people. So these platforms, this success that you're about to obtain, all of this money that you're about to get, all of this fame, this is simply to give you a platform to make an impact, which is your true purpose. Of course, Spirit is going to take care of you. They don't want you in your root chakra worrying about where you're going to get your next meal. You are royalty, I'm hearing. Okay? So, of course, you're going to be taken care of. I hear Spirit takes care of its own. You are working for God. Yes, you work for God. No matter what you do, okay? This is not coming from a religious place. I'm not saying that you have to be a preacher or a nun to work for God. Because God has his angels also in the underworld. Did you know that? Because guess what? Those people need you too. The people at the bottom need just as much light as the people at the top. The people in the hood need just as much light as the people in the suburbs. There's no respect of person. So God has his angels everywhere, hiding in plain sight. Sometimes you might end up in places you don't even know why. And it was simply because your energy was needed there in that place at that time. Once again, you can't see it, but energetically it is felt. It is making an impact. So Spirit said, I am blessing you. I am raising you up in this season so that you can be impactful. Not so that you can fit in. Not so that you can be liked. Yes, that comes with the territory. However, if your motive is to be liked, you're going to become discouraged when you have people who disapprove of what you're doing. When you have those trolls coming out of the woodwork. So Spirit needs you to remember the assignment. You're an earth angel. I'm speaking to the chosen ones right now. Those who have been to hell and back. Those who have been through hell and high water. And it's so crazy because I looked down on my phone and I saw King Von. I think he passed away, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Rest in power, King. I guess he is present with us. But once again, this is a young man, and I think the name of the song was Something Story. So I guess he wants us to hear his story. This is somebody who had attained success. He was very popular. He was very successful. And just like that, his life was cut short. I'm hearing he had a purpose. And I'm also hearing that he fumbled. Because many of us, and there's no shame, right? Because there's so many of us, there's a lot of chosen ones that are in the industry who lost themselves. They lost themselves. I'm hearing the word infamous, and I wrote this down. So give me a moment. I'm going to look this word up. Wow, that's so crazy. It's 5:50 on the clock right now. I looked up the word infamous, and it said known for a bad deed. And then it had an example like a war criminal. So King Von was infamous. And I have heard the rumors. I didn't know him very well, but there are a lot of different rumors about his lifestyle and so on and so forth. And a lot of us get a bad rep because people don't understand, especially when it comes to celebrities. There's all types of stories that people make up. And I'm hearing collective, you're going to have to get ready for this. I'm hearing clout chasing. Okay, there's a lot of people that will make up stories. They will fabricate lies to chase clout. And many of us become infamous for things that we didn't even do. I'm hearing they don't know the real story. He had to get it for his family. So there are certain things, everybody makes mistakes. And it's interesting because it ties into the rest of my message. Thank you, King Vine, for coming through. But one of my messages is from the angels, and the angels said that light is truth. Light is truth. Light is authenticity. Is not wearing this mask of perfection. That was a lie. You have to be perfect. That is light. That is a lie. Because nobody's perfect. I'm hearing own it. When you can own your shit, I'm hearing put respect on your name. People have to put respect on your name because not everybody can own up to the mistakes that they've made, to the things that they do, whether it's right or wrong. And I heard Spirit say earlier, when it comes to being right or wrong, be confidently wrong. There is no such thing as a universal truth. Your truth is your truth. You only know what you know. So be confident, because there's people that like to come and challenge you. I'm hearing Mr. Right, Mrs. Right. They always want to come and try to correct you. Like, why? Why waste your energy constantly trying to correct people? Like I said in my other message, we're in a season where sometimes you're going to have to pick your battles. Like, is that worth my energy? Is it worth my attention? Probably not. Is it worth my peace? Nothing is worth your peace. Nothing. Peace is priceless. You can have all the money in the world, and if you're not at peace, that money is useless. Actually going to spend all of that money trying to find peace. And you'll probably go broke doing it, which is why so many people I'm hearing get on drugs. They become alcoholics. They spend all their money because they're trying to find peace externally, and it's something that comes from within. When you are at peace with yourself, when you accept yourself so unconditionally that you don't care. Even if you're wrong, you don't care. You don't have to perform for people. You don't have to be perfect for anybody. And the people that think that you have to be perfect for them to love you, those are the people that need healing. Because you don't need to be perfect to be loved. Let me repeat that. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. It's okay to make mistakes. Spirit said the ego is concerned with reputation. So many times when you find yourself worrying about what people will think, that is ego. It is concerned with reputation. When you're afraid to do stuff because you think you'll be humiliated or rejected, that is ego. It is concerned with reputation. It is always trying to protect itself. It is always trying to put on, perform. And don't get me wrong, we all need ego. But you have to learn how to make your ego work for you, which leads into the next message. Spirit said that your brain is a radio. It is constantly tuning you into different frequencies. So Spirit said, in this season, since you can't turn the radio off, right? Because it's always going. Be intentional about it. Change the record. Change the song that's playing. If the song is negativity, find a way to change the song. Now, music for me really helps, right? It literally drowns everything else out. You know, when you put on some headphones, it drowns everything out. You can't hear anything else that's going on in your environment. Now, please don't do this while you're driving. I'm just saying. But what I'm talking about is you actually utilizing certain tools in order to drown out those limiting beliefs, those thoughts and projections that people are trying to send to you. So you can check out my other page. There's many out there. But you can check out my page, 5D Subliminals. It is here on YouTube. And these subliminals, okay, because let me just explain something. When it comes to music, right? And they know this. When it comes to music, we're constantly programming our mind through music. When it comes to the radio, they intentionally play music that's of a lower vibration because they know that it's programming your mind and it's creating a reality. When you're listening to these songs and it's perpetuating negativity and violence, okay, and trauma and abandonment and all of these frequencies, because music is frequencies, words are frequency. When you say, I am powerful, that's a frequency. You're sending that frequency to every cell in your body. When you say, I am worthy, that is a frequency. Okay? Even your voice is a frequency. So when you intentionally listen to music that is raising your vibration, that has positive mantras, empowering mantras, you're subconsciously reprogramming your mind. That is the purpose of music subliminals. Have you ever listened to a song and next thing you know, that song is just playing in your mind all day? Because guess what? Most people are replaying junk all day. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm broke. Blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff is replaying. So why not be intentional about it? Okay? And listen to something positive that's going to replay in your mind all day. This is how you're going to glitch the matrix. This is how you trick your brain. Your subconscious doesn't know what's real and what's fake. So the more that you feed it positivity, even delusion, I'm hearing, imaginative thoughts. Wow, I'm so popular. I'm so famous. I'm a star. I'm a fucking GOAT. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference. So don't try to make logical sense of it. If your body is not in alignment with it at first, that's okay. Keep doing it. Because eventually your body is going to fall in line. But you have to be intentional. Because Spirit wants me to just bring this up briefly. There are energies that are literally trying to, I'm hearing mind control, right? So they're sending you limiting beliefs. The spell work that they're doing is make this person not believe in themselves. So guess what? All of a sudden, you're hearing all of these limiting beliefs replaying in your mind. You have to drown it out. So guess what I do? I turn on my affirmation music. I turn on my frequency music. Drown it out. Change the radio station. If it's going to be on, make sure that you're intentional about what it's playing. Spirit said, so a man thinketh, so is he. And it's so true. So what you think you are is what you become. Which is why it's not good to tell yourself that I'm feeling anxious right now. Did you know that anxiety and excitement are very similar emotions? They create the same reaction within your nervous system. So you get to give it a story. You get to choose whether or not you're going to call it and decree it as being anxiety, or whether you're going to call in excitement. You're always creating your reality. Always. You are always the author writing your story. And I'm hearing main character. Spirit said, you're the main character this season. Your highest timeline is here. It is here. And there are people that don't want you to believe that, right? They want you to think that you're still stuck. You're not stuck. And like I said, it's normal for your nervous system to have to catch up, right? Because this is quantum stuff. This is happening energetically before it shows up in the 3D. Your body is third dimensional. So you've quantumly and spiritually and energetically jumped timelines before your body jumps timelines. So this is where you have to hold grace for yourself and compassion. And consistently tell yourself, I am safe. I am relaxed. I have a regulated nervous system. Remember, you are telling your reality how to show up for you. You're not a victim of circumstances. It's 6:06 on my phone right now with 61%. So that's 666. That could also be relevant for you guys. But Spirit wants me to touch on some of the downloads and synchronicities that I came across today. So the first one that I'm hearing was Maya. So I came across this policy and it's very interesting. And in the address, it had Mayo, okay? It also had 234. It also had Hollywood, okay? So Mayo, Spirit said, is Maya, illusion. Okay, I'm hearing that some of you could also be connected to the Mayan lineage. But Maya, I'm not sure if you're aware, is illusion. The Mayans knew that this life was an illusion. They knew that it was a dream. They knew that you were God having a dream. None of this is real. I know, it's crazy, right? It's like a sci-fi movie. But yeah, our life is a sci-fi movie. The sooner you realize that, the more interesting life will become for you. I'm just saying. Reality is not real. That's what it's giving. So Spirit said, in this case, the illusion is that you have not arrived, that you're still driving. But Spirit said that you have arrived. You are on your highest timeline. The collective that I'm speaking to, you have made it. I want you to say, I made it. I made it. I did it. It's important for you to remind yourself, because I know that many of you are so used to just striving and healing. And it seems like a never-ending process. But Spirit said, in this season, you can relax. You can relax. You can breathe. Okay? 6:09 on my phone, and Spirit just pointed out today is January 13. So 113 could be significant, but also the number 13. All right, but like I said, the other synchronicity was Hollywood. So that was literally the city. And it's so crazy because I think with that same policy, I know it was with one policy. So I have this one policy, and the old name of the company was Coastal. I work in insurance. And now when I go to pull up the policy, the company has changed to Star Winds. And this was literally while I was watching my Selena video. Okay, so Selena did come up again today. She said, you're about to be a star. Nope, I heard you are a star. You have arrived. Say it with me. I have arrived. I have arrived. Now I'm hearing the goat. Spirit really wants this collective to embody this star energy. It's here. It's here. And so the next message or download that Spirit wanted me to touch on was, it's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's time to break out of the box. Now, this is relevant in regards to you expanding your community. Spirit showed me earlier, many of us, especially the chosen ones, we like to be in isolation. Okay, you're probably an introvert. You love being in your own company, your own energy, which is great. But Spirit said you're no longer a lone wolf. Okay? And Spirit also said they need you to get out of your comfort zone, expand your community. What do they mean by that? Well, many of us have become used to, let's say, only having conversations with other quote unquote spiritual people. Spirit said in this season, you have to get comfortable with being in front of people who have a completely different background. They have a completely different spiritual teaching. It's making me think of high school when everybody is like clicking up. It's like you have the emo kids, you have the popular kids, you have the athletes. So many people in the collective, you've gotten comfortable with only being around other chosen ones, with only dealing with the spiritual community. Spirit said, I'm about to put you in front of the world. And I need you to get comfortable with that. Why? Because you're here to give people an option. Spirit said, don't be afraid of other people not understanding you. You're here to give a different perspective because it is giving an option. Everybody doesn't have to listen to you. Everybody doesn't have to believe you. Everybody doesn't have to agree with you. But by you speaking your truth, you're at least giving them a different perspective. You're giving them an option. So don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate the power of a different perspective. You could literally change somebody's life just by one thing that you say. But if you never say that thing, you will never change their life. So Spirit said, I need you to get out of the box. Break out of the box. Because many of you have boxed yourself in. You've been playing it safe. Okay? But the collective I'm speaking to, you are meant to be seen by the world. And be comfortable with that. And Spirit is having me just focus in on this candle behind me, and it's just shining a light, and it's like no matter what I do, if I try to move the phone, this light keeps shining. That's a message. I can't get rid of the light. It just keeps shining. That's you, collective. Even if you try to hide, it's still going to shine. Spirit said, let your light shine. Now I'm hearing that song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. But Spirit just wants me to touch on the company that I was saying before, whose name was Star Wind. So once again, this was decoded for me. Star, stardom. Wind, there is a change in the wind. Spirit also said, the collective that I'm speaking to, you're not only going to be a legend, you are going to be a living legend. Understand the difference. Many people don't become legendary until they die. You were meant to be a living legend. I want you to take that in. You're meant to be a living legend. You're going to be a legend while you're living, not just when you die. I'm seeing a billboard. I'm seeing the neon lights again. Your name is going to be in lights. 619 on my phone, collective. This other download was so hilarious. Spirit said, this is a roll call. And then I saw like this kid and they're in the class and their name got called and then they were like present. I know y'all remember that. So Spirit said, this is a double message. Okay? Your name is being called. You're being called on stage. And Spirit is also saying to be present. Don't worry about the future. Let it happen. You don't need to figure everything out. You don't need to figure everything out. I know our brain does this. Our nervous system does this, I'm hearing, because it wants to prepare you for the worst. You don't need to be prepared for the worst. You don't need to wait for the other shoe to drop anymore. It's not going to drop. Spirit said, you don't need to wait. I'm hearing that many of you think that you're just going to go viral once and then that's it. That you're only going to have one hit and then that's it. That you're only going to get one part and that's it. You're only going to sell one painting and that's it. No. You're only going to sell one book. No. I'm hearing New York Times. You're going to be a bestseller. Okay? You're going to be a consecutive Grammy Award winning artist. Consecutively spitting out hits. Consecutively, I'm hearing stocks. Hitting it big with the stocks. The lottery. You're not a one-hit wonder, collective. I'm hearing legendary again. I'm hearing generational wealth. But you can let go. Spirit is showing me somebody who shifts out of drive into neutral. So I'm hearing to remain neutral in this season. Don't care. Don't put too much pressure on things. Just live. Just be adventurous. Just try things. And I looked at my phone and that song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, was on my phone. So that's just confirmation. Have fun. That's what's going to lead to your success. This is about freeing your inner child. That is a part of your mission. You're coming here to help other people free their inner child by you being your most authentic self. By you following your dreams and believing in your dreams, you're showing people that dreams come true. We can believe in magic again. I'm seeing Peter Pan. It's giving that energy. And now I'm seeing the one with Robin Williams. When he had grown up. And it's like he forgot his magic. And he had to be reminded. If you haven't saw that movie, go and watch it. But it's like he started adulting. It was giving, I'm too old for that stuff. I'm too old to believe in magic. To waste my time on dreams. And many of you heard this, Spirit is saying. Many of you had parents, they always wanted you to think practically. They were projecting onto you. To them, your dreams were just fantasy. It's like, that's not real life. I'm hearing that scripture, come as little children. I don't know why I just got emotional. Come as little children. I'm hearing your inner child. They want to be free because it's like they've been locked away in the room. And they just want to be free. They just want to play. They just want to be without the criticism, without the judgment, without the practicalities. They just want to create. And I'm hearing children are the closest to God because God just creates. From bliss, from passion, just creates. I'm hearing even you were just created. God didn't put a whole lot of thought in it. It was just like, I want to be a human. Okay? In spite of what that created, right? Because humans are not perfect. So what you create may not always come out perfect. But I'm hearing God say that that's the beauty in it. That's the beauty in it. You are perfect. Who told us that you can't have any flaws in order to be perfect? That you can't make any mistakes? Religion? Narcissist? The Bible? But God is saying you are perfect. All of my creations are perfect. That's what I'm hearing. I love all of my creations. So God is saying, love all of your creations. Even the flaws. They are beautiful. I'm hearing that Christina Aguilera song. Beautiful. Go and listen to that song. Because I'm speaking to a collective that can be very hard on themselves sometimes. But it's not your fault. You were taught to be an overachiever, to be a perfectionist. You were taught that you had to compete, that you always had to be the best. Spirit said, just be yourself. You're not in competition with anybody. Let them compete with themselves. I'm hearing just walk off the field. Just walk off the field. They want to keep competing. They want to run and, let them compete with themselves. Have fun with that. But you get out of the rat race. Wow, thank you, Spirit. That's where Spirit was going with that. Many people are in the rat race. They're competing for a position, for money. I'm hearing crabs in a barrel mentality. They feel as though they have to step over someone else. They have to be better than somebody else. I'm hearing keeping up with the Jones. Spirit said for you to exist in your own world. Be delusional if you have to, but tell yourself, the only person that exists in my world is me. Because technically that's the truth. But I'm going to wrap this up because my inner child already made it clear. She wants to play. So I'm going to let her play. I'm going to go out, have some fun. Balance, collective. We saw the 69 earlier. I saw 619 as well. Balance is very important. It's okay for you to work towards your dreams, but you have to also give yourself time to rest, to relax, to pull back from society, I'm hearing. Pull back from the internet and just do you. Just do something nice for yourself. It doesn't even have to make sense. Okay? Just as long as it makes you happy. But the last message I just wanted to tap into, I saw jellyfish earlier. And I knew that was a message. So this is what the jellyfish signifies in spirituality. It says spiritually, jellyfish symbolize adaptability, flow, transparency, and intuition, representing the ability to navigate life's changes gracefully by going with the current, trusting the universe, and embracing the subconscious. They also signify resilience, vulnerability, and the beauty of existence, while sometimes serving as reminders for honesty or as warnings about hidden dangers, reflecting their dual nature. Wow. We were just talking about balance, the yin and the yang. 6-9. So Spirit is saying to balance right now. And all of that in itself is a message. It's exactly what I've been talking about the whole time. And I didn't even realize I have one like jellyfish colors. That's funny. Okay, so go with the flow. And now I'm seeing the blue with the water. Go with the flow. Okay? Trust. Trust in the universe. Trust your journey. Trust your path. That's what it means to walk in the unknown. You put one foot in front of the other, not knowing what's in front of you. But you keep walking, trusting that God got you. And that's so crazy because I didn't even realize that over here it literally has balance and mystery. And then you have here this one that actually says, because all of this is relevant, the spirit animal will remind you to let those around you to see who you are. Wow. We were just talking about this. Authenticity. And here, adaptability. It says moving effortlessly with life's currents, trusting support from the world, and surrendering control. So once again, that's letting go of the wheel, putting your car in cruise control, and allowing the universe to drive you. It's giving Tesla. Okay? But many of you won't even get in a self-driving car because you don't trust anything. And I understand. You've been disappointed a lot in the past. You had to hold your own. You always had to find a solution. That season is over. Spirit is saying, be vulnerable. It's okay. And I'm hearing be vulnerable with them. You can trust the universe. You can trust your angels. You can trust God. I'm hearing the storm is over. Kirk Franklin. That song is relevant. Go and listen to that song. All of these are going to tie into the message. The storm is over. And now I'm seeing the rain. So water is significant once again. Make sure you're drinking your water. It's going to purify your body. Confirmation. And I was just going to say it's also going to purify your soul. You're reprogramming your DNA right now. So it's very important, like I said, to be intentional. So go and check out 5D Subliminals. The link is in my bio. Allow these music subliminals to help you. And my page is not the only page out there. There are a lot of music subliminal pages. Okay? But utilize these tools in this next season because it's here, friend. You have arrived. Your gifts have arrived. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But the last message was on my bottle of alkaline water. Once again, drink your water. It said number 1. So you were number 1. And I was also hearing number 1 on the charts. Okay? So you're going to be number 1 on the charts. I'm hearing top 40 consecutively. Winning. Thriving. And I'm hearing Spirit say, start imagining what this feels like now. Start visualizing. Imagination is so important right now because you're scripting your life. And this is why it's important for you to slow down sometimes and give yourself a moment to just visualize. to be in that moment. Because remember, the past, the future, and the present is all existing at once. So when you allow yourself to be in stillness, you can connect with that future version. She's going to start showing you visions. He's going to start showing you visions. This way you can prepare yourself. You can start feeling it. Feeling is so very important. Feel the success. Feel the love. Feel the support from your reflections and from the universe. Peace and love.